comps, and Furia actually played close against them on this map.
100 Thieves finally succumbing to the pressure of the double wall comp, so they are going to have
They
both
spam
here.
this though, right?
Attacking side to kick things off. We're already seeing some of the
100 Thieves on attack, Furia on defense. Wow, Bang's a hero though.
Bang actually find that? He must have seen him on the minimap.
Yeah, he came up on the minimap because he looked down, and even though he's flashed, even though you're flashed, stuff still comes up on the minimap for your team.
So to see them with a man
So that's pretty good.
disadvantage, going for the retake on the B site right away.
100 Thieves go B at the beginning. Makes a lot of sense. Plan looks pretty good. Should be hard to retake this. I say hard. Should be next to impossible.
Oh, he's so close.
Up a little late, yeah, that's tight. That's 1 for 1 though, and you start to get the stream and peak from down long. Yeah, Mazine's able to get 1, but now with 2 left, Spike ticking away.
Uh-oh. What are you... Okay. Asuna wanted to, like, get out and play for time, so that's why he was out in the open. Got a little bit risky, but not too bad. 100 Thieves. How many... Mate, are they just going to go B every single round, but maybe A? I reckon we're going B every round, but then we probably go A against anti-eco, and then maybe when they have some ults. But majority of the time it's this. It feels like it's going to be a classic.
Lovely stuff.
That absolute classic. Hi Pop, what's up? I think I saw you. Yeah, there you are. Hello.
What pretty much every single
Did you, did you enjoy the game last night? It felt like you did.
And 4 rifles bought up for them. And this is because, especially on Pearl, obviously it's mostly
still buzzing. I'm not gonna lie, Hypok. I really felt like the third map delivered. I loved it. I loved the third map. I was loving it. Schaefer's, thank you so much, Schaefer's, new member of the Slug Club. Chat, you know what to do. It's anti-eco. Nothing's gonna happen for a little bit. They're playing slow. Let's get some slug spams going. Thank you, new member of the Slug Club. Appreciate you. Thanks for using your Prime.
Spike finally in tow.
Did you say that the third map delivered? 100%. Were you not entertained?
And I'm wondering when
that's all I'm saying. We're here for entertainment. Were you not entertained? I was entertained. You were not entertained.
Up and they fill the space behind it.
You were depleted.
It's just there, as you were saying.
I was loving it. It was a great way to end the day.
Coming from Furia, but either way, they've
I thought it was intense, personally.
Oh, great molly. Digison's actually taking a lot of damage early. 35 seconds, though. And they don't want to push.
Yeah, I did see that. I did see and hear that. 4 people stacked here for Furia. They don't really have the guns, but they do have the numbers. Do they have a flash? No, so they shouldn't be winning this. There was a flash here, maybe. Okay, should we get a little B counter out? That's 2. Zemo, G with the Prime, 3 months in the Slug Club. Thank you. How's my sleep schedule? It's fine. You just sleep when the games aren't on. It's going pretty well. Did have an up today. It was banging.
All the way back to B-Link. Cryo again going over top of screens there. They're checking off all the boxes. Feels very drilled with this Harbor Viper comp, and I think the desk was doubting 100 Thieves' ability to get into this, and so far,
yeah, it was good. And we were kind of working while we were sleeping because we were uploading VODs.
I'd also be on the same wavelength given the history for 100 Thieves and not having played Harbor Viper at all. And barely playing some of the double controller stuff too.
Would you recommend watching the Koi series from yesterday? I'm telling you. I'm telling you, Ascent is worth watching.
When they went for a double controller comp as well.
Ignore Hypok. Ascent is worth watching. It was great.
Which is exactly what you want to see.
It was great.
Thieves fan. So they're up 2-0. Furia now with weapons. No ults really anywhere close to coming online for the defensive side.
Okay, so that's 2 over towards B. We now have the bonus. Looking over at the bonus. Where the hell are we? Looking over the bonus, it's really decent. Should probably been paying more attention to that, but it's fine. Got a lot of rifles. It's a great bonus. Heavy armor.
And they have basically an
even the heavy armors on both sides. Okay.
Does look like they want to control it as well.
Trying to control some of that orb. You see a molly.
Elite aiming control. Wait, that's kind of cool.
Actually, no util spent from 100 Thieves at all.
Here's a lineup from here that late lands here. So they duel, and then it probably lands on their head, and then they swing it. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. I like that little molly.
But they've spent a lot. So that retake's going to be a lot harder now.
Don't think I uploaded Fracture on YouTube. There is one that I didn't have time to upload, and I think it's that.
Bang some space to lurk. He's gotten all the way down to the pillar. This is going to be another pivot towards
Is
B,
it the
depending
Team
on what Bang
Heretic?
can
Is it the
find.
Heretics game, Ocean, that you're talking about?
He sure
That
is
would make
patient,
sense.
finally starting to make his move and creep his way forward. The problem
Okay, yeah.
is there's all the killjoy utility
That,
from
I'll
Khalil
upload it
set up
after
on
the
that
games
side.
today.
Scout destroyed.
It's going to be tough to get very much space there at all. Meanwhile, 100 Thieves still playing around Art. They still have
Alec,
some
thank
presence
you so
towards A
much.
main too.
Really slow at the moment, but a good amount of map control for Furia.
Recognizing that
Making
this player
question
there
marks,
is the
trying
key for
to,
100 Thieves to
faking
run
out
all
like
the
they're
way back.
going
He's
A,
gonna
but
go
keep an
into
eye on
the
this.
space
A lot of
available.
info. They're going to pivot over towards
But
B.
he
That's
hasn't
going to be a
really
3.
cleared any of that util
3
yet.
that we're
So
writing for B, but 20 seconds they got to go through here. Alarm bot on the floor. This looks like a bit of a nightmare, but they're not fighting for the actual site itself yet. Really.
They don't explore Link. It's a deep flash.
That's in a molly. Oh,
It's out of the money. Oh god, they broke it so fast.
Barely, you're right.
Damn, they get the plant. It's a little bit close. It is a little bit close. So
still
you,
for
I
Furia,
think,
and the issue here.
I think you can't see it from here, but maybe over
They're
towards the
aware
left.
of it. You see them. They're starting to rotate back.
Damn, nice.
Oh,
Again,
DG
this was the
and
A push that we
MW
talked about
over
really
what's
early.
there.
Ambitious.
This could be a big moment for Cryo, though.
Just needs to do
He's already
damage.
got
He's not
two,
going to win
still
this.
so much to do and not enough time or health to do it
It's
all.
okay. It's okay. They did enough damage
for a
that this next
1v5
round is
there from
a
Cryo.
swing round.
And that's tough. That mid round was definitely. You could see the ideas starting from the beginning when they cascaded Bang down in that pillar. You could tell maybe if they got
Good to
something on
see
A, they
from
would've hit
Furia
that
as
site.
well, just
But as
holding
soon
over
as
towards
Furia
A.
denied them, as
No
soon as they
one
got a
really
high
hits
tight
over
up
towards
and
A
the
when you
flash
have this
to
control, and if
confirm
they
this
do,
far.
majority of the time they're going to lose. And then it got to like the 40, 35 second mark, they started getting aggro
Because Bang was vulnerable
and
from
started
that lower
walking,
box.
so they could have this fast flank.
Another thing, even if that flank
Again,
didn't come
Furia
down,
have played
100
this
did not
comp for a
save
long
any
time,
volleys for that
so
post
they're
box.
very
So
aware of
you're
what is
looking
good
at a tough
against it
situation no
and
matter
what you kind
and
of should
the
be
flank
doing.
just made it worse.
As you were mentioning at the top of the previous round, though, financially for 100 Thieves, they're still perfectly fine. Still able to buy full
Harbor ult.
on weapons and
Harbor
some
ult
armor.
is out. Is this another...
Fast hit though here.
Is this another one?
Killjoy
A
utility.
lot of spam over towards here. Dog has gone all the way through middle, cleared this.
A
control, mid control. Okay, we're looking at the 4th round over towards B. It's 4 out of 4. This one's going to get shut down. It's looking like...
This time they invested the Seekers too. Cryo takes
Oh,
some
that's
damage and then
crazy.
spam through
That's
the wall.
straight up through smoke.
Hoping to execute with the Seekers there is difficult when Asuna still has a Trailblazer too. To really force those positions off, but either way now falling back. They do have a molly this time, but only one.
They have a reckoning too from Stellar.
Why no Harbor ult, honestly?
Invest it.
I got no good answer for
That
you.
would be
I
very
think they really
costly
could have
against
used
this,
it.
so that's
Because
now
now they're
two
using it in a
ults that they've
3v5 and
invested
I'm
into
kind of
this
nervous
round.
lead.
Try to capitalize.
He's gonna go for the defuse while stunned, and Digison has a second smoke here.
He's not just going halfway. He's not just going halfway. He's going to take it all the way to the
Oh,
end.
that's one way to do it. Insta-stick. A lot of people are fighting with it.
Player standing.
Not how I'd recommend using the Harbor ult on this one. I do think that using it to exec the site and having the numbers helps a
And
lot.
Furia, I mean,
Is everyone having fun? Is everyone enjoying
twice in a row now,
B on Pearl? It's good.
and really not feeling the pressure from the
You're
actual
having a good
execute.
time.
That Viper wall up. 100 Thieves didn't even wait for consideration on that fuel.
Nice replay.
So nobody's able to follow up
Really
on
nice
Cryo
replay.
dashing
Great
through.
to
And
watch.
By the way, he's getting vulnerable and in a molly with that dash, not going over top like you saw him in the first 2 rounds.
Perhaps some room for some small
Flash over
adaptations.
towards A. So
Still
4
gonna
out of
buy
4
here, though,
rounds
which
so
is
far going over towards the B
Quite
site.
crazy. I mean,
This
gonna be a
one
lot of plants
looking
here,
like it
obviously.
might. The spikes here, they're going to be.
I think the floor
I'm pretty sure.
round 3 or
We'll
whatever
see.
that was.
We'll wait see. Flash goes in over towards B. That cleared a lot of info here. So with that, they have a rotate coming out in terms of Furious. They will be able to stack this alone.
Does spot Khalil in the back anyways.
Good question mark created. But over towards middle, they're getting
far,
info.
I don't think
Dog
he saw
goes
Bang.
out, clears all the
Oh,
middle.
he heard him though.
And they're expecting a possibility like this. I think because there was no high tide up A main this time.
This makes a lot
doing
of
their
sense.
research.
Furia play their Sky over towards B a lot of the time, so
gonna
creating the
clear it, it looks
question mark over
And they
towards
wait
A,
for
it pretty
Asuna
much
to
stays up the
flash.
whole
You
time.
invest
So
the
actually,
flash
in
on
terms of the
that
game
corner
plan,
like
I
this,
like
knowing
it.
you still have so much
It's
space
very
in
simple,
PG.
but
They have that
it
W
could
here
work
now.
well. No way
Nothing
he wins that.
invested. Kill traded though. MW now looking to try to get away. And as
I'm
soon as
really,
the
really
conference
good.
goes down, you're staring into 3 members of
But yeah,
100
this
Thieves.
gameplay makes a lot of sense. Again, Sky plays over towards B, they can't clear the question mark. Just create it. People have to rotate to A, hit B.
27 seconds left. They still
20
should have time to
seconds
be able to
should be
navigate this.
relatively
They're
hard for
doing
these two
very
to
well.
fight.
Issue, yeah, I think it's going to be all the other
Ooh, I
utility
like
you
this
have
from
to get
QCK
by.
though.
QCK, same spot. Oh gosh, there's still so much damage from the
Damn, nicely done. Blocked vision the whole time, went over there. And yeah, it was nicely done.
But again they just try to bully their way in after
5 rounds over towards B. Timeout comes in. So now, so now do they go A or do they say, right, we got a timeout here, they think we're going to go A now, let's go B.
Coming into effect because they're running through not only the Viper wall, but then
I think the game plan's kind of fine, to be honest. I think the game plan's good. I would just like them to go a little bit faster. They're kind of forcing it. They're kind of going over towards B at like the 30-second mark. I think they could speed it up loads.
And something that Josh pointed out right at the top of the show.
Can PaperX win Tokyo? I mean, yes, technically. I would put them. I would put them in a similar spot to like. Who do I think is gonna go to? Maybe like Liquid's levels at the moment, where like maybe they're not in the top 5 to win it, but I think they're like the outsiders. Like I think that's I think it's like it's not crazy likely, but there is a world. That's what I'm saying. Did you ever hate Breeze? I liked Breeze. We had I liked Breeze, not really to play, but we had Scream, Nivera, and Yampi, 2 AWPers and like the best aimer that I've seen. So I kind of loved Pearl. Sorry, don't clip that one. Kind of loved Breeze. Kind of hate Pearl. Make sure you clip that one.
Almost every single round from 100 Thieves so far, actually every single round has ended towards that B site. And now that they're on a light buy, I would... if I'm Furia, I'm expecting them to shift, but I think 100 Thieves would know that. They do get the same main control, though.
Yeah, I wish honestly we should have picked Breeze a bit more. I mean, it was a good match for us.
That's a random angle to walk into.
That's also both their rifles. Already down.
I mean, that's just disgusting from him, though.
Well,
he's walking randomly in the open.
What happens when you try and go A?
That's not something that you do. Because he's Jet, he gets away with it, and because he is in such good form, he gets away with it too.
TG really has been on a tear recently. Looks like he's continuing.
What would I change about Pearl?
Rifles that were dropped from 100 Thieves have been picked up, so both Austin and Bang
okay, if I'm Riot, I just changed this. Someone in chat said just put the plant spot to here. I think that's great. Get rid of all of this. You can't see it from long. I think that actually fixes everything. If it's me in charge, I get rid of this. I get rid of this.
This high tide is so good. Not only does it hold
yeah, that's fine. I would just redesign these 2 areas.
And the positions that
maybe I included too much in that. I would redesign these 2 areas.
First anti-eco for Furia, and they respond.
But if I'm Riot, I think that I like this fix. I think it could be a pretty good map.
The same amount of defensive rounds
could be a pretty good map if you just did that. Quick fix.
It's crazy to think about. And honestly, you look at...
Okay, it was just a low buy. Furia taking control. They've tried to hit over towards A. Quarter tactical timeout before doing it. Do they still try and go A? Looks like Furia have a bit of a read on this one, leaving B completely open.
100 Thieves do to turn the tides. Do they finally hit A? I mean, truly hit A.
I would love to see 100 Thieves try to punish that A main control that Furia is going for, because the longer this goes on, the less Furia is actually putting into that A main control. Now it's just the high tide. There's no longer that molly that's coming in. There's no longer 3 players going behind.
Okay, we tried the A. Didn't work.
So they're getting that.
We're back to B.
For free, essentially.
What's wrong with middle?
High tide comes
Can't really push it. Like on the defense, if you reactively push over towards middle, the chance of you getting punished from like going into a heavy crossfire, it's just not good. You can't. You don't. A lot of the times, you want to when you lose map control, you want to reactively push map control like this. But this right now is just a risk because the crossfire is too big. So you don't. A lot of times, you don't get rewarded for pushing reactively towards middle, which for me is just not good. This is a good round at the moment. 3 people behind. I kind of like that though.
A great position for Bang to have to be in.
Unless he's got some help, and he has plenty of it. Look, there's nobody
yeah,
playing down.
Oh, this is nice.
Out from Stellar.
And Derek playing behind the
wow, they flip reverse the map on them. It's kind of sick.
He knows where it's coming from. The rest of 100 Thieves do as well. This is a rough way to go.
2
He's
HP.
only got 2 HP. Oh, the flash! No way! How is Derek still alive?
Oh my god, he's invincible. Okay, well.
DG trading it back though. 3v2 quickly turns into a 3v.
Yeah, it was a fun round to watch. Kinda. Not really, but fun round for Paul.
An absolutely crazy decision, by the way, by Stellar. To just dog through, use the updraft dash out of Cryo to get top screens and pressure the crap out of
Good
Messi.
round for 100 Thieves. Actually dealt with the Viper ult really well.
And it's wonderful that they have the confidence to be able to do that. Given the situation change, obviously they wanted to go for a lockdown.
Every single round so far, apart from one over towards
but then
B.
spotting that Viper's pit and being able to adapt is quite nice.
Same A main aggression, same A main space that you've been referring to a couple of times now.
A little bit of a challenge, but
Oi.
maybe now they have the information to end up wanting to go hard through that wall.
Crazy decision to go B. Yeah, they're mad.
Bang is crouched.
Who would have thought?
So tough from Digizin. He can uncrouch at any position.
Yeah.
Look at the patience. The patience on Bang here.
Bang.
Does it pay off?
Here.
Oh, and you know he's not ready for this. I don't think he thinks anybody has crossed, given that orb hasn't gone up in quite some time.
Does he respect the possibility? Is that the cue you saw ahead?
Yes, we'll get out. Yep.
Hey, that's nice though. They're pushing back.
And he uses
50 seconds. This is better. Oh my god, they're going A. They're actually going A. This might work well. Two-person fake. They only saw two with that jump spot though. Looks like that's enough. They get the kill over towards here. We have a rotate. It's all up to NW0.
Okay, but they're hitting right now with only 2 players.
And the thing is, the rest of Furia is going to get here before the
This
remaining members of 100
is actually a really good round.
They're planning backside, flipping this. On the Furia players, like, look at Digizin right now.
He's taking mid.
He hears them.
He hears all of them.
Oh my god, the lineup.
The second was going to go with him. Deep flash. He still swings out. The blades don't land, but they do deal some damage.
He's gonna have to
These
give
two
up that
really
op.
need
They're
to.
still
No
finding
way
kills,
they
though.
don't win
He did
this.
give up the op.
Oh,
Look
that's
at how
kind
far
of sick.
back Khalil is. Meanwhile, they still have presence coming in from Art. That's a big kill going DG's way. Nice
Cryo got a
trade for
really
Derek, though.
important kill on
2v2.
6 HP.
Cryo's weak. Time is short.
Remember how this is planted for both sides here.
They're on site. Cryo!
No way, no way. What an insane round. He gets 3 kills on 6
With 2
HP.
HP.
That's madness. The overall round though was really cool. Just betting on the fact that they're going over towards B. When we were talking about it, it was 6 out of 7 before this point. They hadn't even got anywhere near towards the A site. They fake it out. I like how they played with the fake smoke over towards here and trying to get the kill, forced off the jet. And then yeah, the 2-person fake was really good. Even when they jump spot, they saw 2. And even with that information, we had a heavy rotate with like 3. Basically 3 in like this area. And then the jet going down was like the big kill.
See what they can do to get back towards their winning ways. What do you feel like you're seeing different out from 100 Thieves in these last 2 rounds relative to prior to the timeout?
I think having the decisiveness out of anything there. I mean, into that pit is such an impressive decision. And then here, spotting the op, getting the kill on A main, and being able to go into that site, realizing how spread Furia is very thinly. And then on top of that too, Cryo coming alive.
I never like to talk about that stuff too much, Ocean. Kind of just do step by step. Let's see if they get there fast.
Cryo was a big factor.
Isn't 4 enough on defense? Yeah, pretty much.
Looking a lot better, even
but
though they just played
we're ignoring that factor for a little bit.
League, top 2 according to
trying to build up some hype.
And in my mind, it was when I was watching them, I was thinking, wow, Cryo looks loose. Cryo looks like he's playing like a.
Did Viper going through the TP change the theory of the map? Not really. It just made a already really strong wall even stronger.
You know, where you have that movement that it's really tough to know exactly how the Jets are going to play, and I feel like Cryo has gotten there finally. In the middle of the season.
They can make it. They can get like second.
In this map, sitting at 10 and 5 right now. I would say. He's been such a big part of the discussion for 100 Thieves and their successes, and honestly, in their failures a lot of times. So. For the 100 Thieves faithful, for him to be performing as well as he is,
to be a very good performance.
Quite nicely.
And look at the adjustment here out of Furia, pushing Digizin way up on top of that little hut in A main. Remember last round it was Cryo to go look for a kill here, expecting, you know, Mazin, expecting QCK, expecting Khalil, one of the anchors. Now he has to deal with
pick up the harbor ult.
Top and DG. Cryo, just a couple of steps away.
Looks like they're going back here every single time. 100 Thieves haven't even bothered with middle. We had one round where they pushed over towards Art. That was it.
Here it comes. It's a jump spot. You see him picking out his...
He's thinking about it. Trailblazer, holding, clearing.
Oh wow, this is a really deep reckoning. This
Yeah,
is not
because
gonna
they know
get
it's
all
the
way
ult
on
though,
side,
so
and
they know it's the
responded
op,
with
right?
reckoning
So it
for
can
40
never really
seconds.
kind of continue dueling her.
What does that do?
They
It
get
just
control,
slows
they're
the
going
brakes
back.
the whole
Oh boy, it's gonna... Chat, get your melons ready.
And that might have been an
Get
interesting
your
decision,
melons
but they
ready.
didn't know where QCK was, so they didn't recognize that was a possibility.
We're going over
This is that
towards B.
situation that we saw in
We
those
got
final
we got
rounds of
the
Furia 1, where they're
we
rushing
got the
to get back
Killjoy
into this.
util here.
They're gonna be
We got
rushing their
Viper
way.
with a molly.
Back towards B. 100 Thieves are going to have to get through the
A
wall.
lot of this is up to
Viper
Cryo. Does he have his dash? No, he doesn't.
They're gonna have to get
Oh
through all
god.
of the Killjoy utility, all of the Viper utility too. It's impossible to get through the line that they set.
Spike down B.
I've seen this round.
4K for Khalil, a flawless
Yeah.
for Fury, and the lead once more.
Does that even count as a 4K? The dude killed 3 people with a molly.
Careful.
Listen, it's in the stats, right?
And that's there's a little bit of a dichotomy here going on with 100 Thieves, because on some cases these hits and the decisions that they're making, like we just saw with that reckoning.
Hey,
is
it was a
very
nice Viper
decisive,
molly.
and it works.
We'll give him that.
But when
It was
you
a
get
very nice
countered
Viper
like
molly.
that's when they're running into situations where they're indecisive. They don't know what to do. And
Can we
they
get a
make the
melon
wrong
slug?
decision.
Like a slug holding a melon or
And now they're
something?
forced back
Maybe.
down to, I mean,
out of my
they've got
way.
2 hero rifles.
I kind of like this melon,
10
so
knives
this
on a
one's
cryo.
sick.
This is a dangerous round. And they can buy next.
You want to get this one if you want to keep it competitive. Alarm bot, the spam from Khalil. Not going to tag anyone.
Super fast here. But are they stalled out?
You're just talking about
Oh,
their
hello.
decisiveness. How do you even think to look that high up? Well played by Cryo. QCK trying to funnel out though. That was well timed, but just for one from Derek.
Hitting that trade, but they're holding all the space
Bit
in
of
mid
a
right now because
nightmare.
of Digizin.
This isn't
but he
too
has
bad.
an up. This lockdown causes issues, but look at how they're marking. They're about to clear secret. They're about to clear spawn. I love what MW's doing though.
Will Cryo be aware? Looked like he was for just a moment, but it didn't matter.
Someone could go. Someone could
2v2,
definitely
Stellar
go
with
huge
nothing
here.
but a
Wait, they have no
frenzy.
Not
idea?
looking. Oh, he just made noise.
Oh no.
He just made noise.
Oh no.
Flashed up,
Oh,
not
God.
able to do anything, he falls.
no.
Now Stellar again, he
What's
just
going
has
on
the
this
frenzy,
one?
has to try to solve the round, and
Oh
he
boy.
cannot.
Okay. Let's look
That was
over the...
chaotic.
Jesus.
MW flashed
Sure.
himself and then still got the
Stank
kill.
your mum, I guess.
I like
Thank
the
you for
idea
that
there
one.
from Stellar
With the
about
Prime,
that high
3
tide,
months
by
in the
way,
Slug Club.
instantly throwing it out,
And
not controlling it
Miles
at all, so he could
LFC,
walk out and
welcome.
spam that spike in the
Welcome,
1v2.
welcome. 4 months in the Slug Club with the Prime.
But you get the entry here, and again, I mean, Furia, I guess, was due for a 4v5 conversion.
Let's get some slugs in for these two. Thank you so
They
much for the
lost 2
Prime.
just
Thank
now,
you,
and
thank
that
you.
was another one, so I mean, just staying right on pace with their stats.
You got to keep him up, yeah.
This is already a dominant half, though, from Furia.
Bro,
Despite
that's his
some of
name.
the
That's not my
nice
fault.
things, maybe even brilliancies from 100 Thieves to break that streak. For them to now clap back with 2 in a row is
Here.
it's almost insurmountable.
QCK is taking this space in A main. He did just get hit with the flash though. But off of that 100 Thieves not really understanding if there's 1, if there's 3, if there's 4, who is it? That's on the other side of that flash. Decide to rotate back towards B. That did look like one
Flash
of Derek's nanos
through the
just cleared
window
out some of
over
the
towards
utility
here.
that Khalil has had
Nothing.
on that site.
Info.
So you are starting to see
Dog
some
going
adaptations-
over towards middle.
adaptations and some
Info.
adjustments from 100 Thieves side.
3-person rotate coming in. Small window where they can plant.
I would like
Big
to see
kill
that a lot earlier.
on Khalil. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's perfectly fair.
Spinning the
Hard
dog out
argue
to
against.
try and just check every angle. It's a
Okay.
huge kill.
G with the op,
Where's my
backside,
spike at?
They're trying to hold here.
And that may
Doesn't
be their
matter.
biggest mistake.
Just destroyed. And again, first kill there for 100 Thieves. It feels like 100 Thieves is doing a really good job in these situations. Actually, it's 6-5 right now for 100 Thieves. despite
Yeah,
the
maybe
scoreline.
friendly. I think it's definitely a good approach.
Yeah, let's
QCK is going to say.
I mean, Furia did try it
carry
one
that
round,
rifle
the
over.
3-person flank.
Money doesn't look too bad on the side of Furia, but you want to carry that over anyway. So.
But that was more into a reaction because the
I think most
Viper ult was
importantly
used
here-
over towards sight.
I
That was
mean,
more like their
obviously,
protocol for
money's
that,
not
I'm
really
pretty
a
sure.
factor for them. It actually is a factor for 100 Thieves, so losing a weapon would hurt, given that they're just going for the win here, and they forced all the way down. But look at the ult torch. There's 3 players who are 2 off. So any of those guys get a kill, they're 1 off, they can go for an ult strat. So I like the decision there from QCK.
Last
All it would
round
take
in the
if they
half.
found him would be picking up an orb and going for it. And we've seen how important it is for them late in these halves.
That's a very good point.
One enemy remaining.
Once again, a couple kills getting spammed through smokes and walls. It's just become so commonplace in this meta. But either way, last round of the half, 100 Thieves down by 1.
Op against Op.
Furia once again putting the op in DG's hands too.
Oh,
Trying to
Cryo's
shut down
actually
over
picked up
towards
the
B.
op from Digits in last round. So for the first time, we're having an attack op as well. They're baiting in QCK.
This is
Give it
kind of
bang.
strong. They
Lurking
had the
all the way down
spam
the
going
cooler over and
through.
over.
That's
That could
layer
be a
1.
dangerous
Then we have the
situation.
op.
This could
It's
be
going
a
to shoot.
very nice
It's going to
adaptation
dash.
by
It's going to
Furia.
updraft. He's going to probably
As
get
soon as
out,
you see
hopefully.
DG dash
And then
away,
got
you don't expect
3.
another there.
Oh, they have 4 layers now.
And it's not only that, it looks
Damn.
like they're bringing NW into it as well.
This is strong bait.
Contact flash, QCK wide swings.
QCK is just
You can
allowed
see
to
the
bait
setup here.
mad amounts.
It's poised for domination, but right now 100 Thieves still exploring that A side. And they've actually recognized, okay, there is no op on this side. So Cryo's actually staying by himself.
This might
right
work
now.
well.
They go
Cryo's going to have to
definitely
walk into
die.
this one. Absolute nightmare for
At
him.
best, he takes 1, but
He's going so forward.
Oh.
So forward.
Hello. That's the
You
cue to
called
go
it.
over towards A, but as
The
we
rest
can
of the
see,
hit is going
honestly,
A.
taking
Everyone's
that
there.
hit,
We'll still have some
pretty
utility
good.
that
For the
unfortunately
site
just
and the
got
plant.
cleared out. As soon as the code
Oh
moves
my
up,
goodness.
looks like they're going to commit to the spike. DG has blades too, so yeah, you might have the op,
Dude,
but
look how close everyone
you
is
know how
to their
formidable he
ults.
can be with that ult.
We're
It's just a
so
matter of
close
when
to
he
these.
decides to forego the operator and go.
And when you have a weapon like this,
If
too,
100 Thieves get
in your
some
back
kills,
pocket
it's
when
kind
you
of
have knives, you
important,
can just go for a
especially in
right click.
Asuna and Stella.
They're patient. The
Great
first to
molly.
fall for Furia. 4v4 left here. Time is ticking away. Stellar gets way too curious.
Oh my
Son of
Jesus.
Asuna. DG with 3. QCK on the
Okay, nicely handled from Furia.
No stopping
It's
him. There's no
a
stopping
very
that.
good defense.
A 7-5 half
Very
for
good
Furia.
defense score.
That is a brutal half, I would say, for Furia. I think the silver lining is Furia's attack side was not great against NRG at all.
100 Thieves, 1 pistol,
But
right?
there, 100 Thieves cannot be happy with how that went. They were 5 and 4 for post plants when that is supposed to be a really good side for them.
Then yeah, I think that's...
So many rounds.
I think Furia should be pretty happy with that.
Timeouts. We're going to take a look at things. The last few moments of the round one more time. 'Cause again, it really was DG who cracked that thing open. 1 with the op, 2 with the blades, if I'm not mistaken, and the round for Furia. Let's throw it down to the desk to break down the first half.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with the casters there, right? A rough start there, I think, for 100 Thieves, all things considered. Yes, it is going to be 7-5 for them, but, I mean, Josh, as we get ready for this next half, one has to wonder, right? Like, it just felt like the game plan, banking your season on this, it felt as if the game plan was a little shallow.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you can see why it was their permaban. They're playing it as if... They're playing it the way that fans think Pearl should be played, where you just go B every time, and you don't do anything in mid, and you don't really draw attention anywhere else on the map. I thought the tactics didn't look
Yeah,
great.
that's
And
kind
when
of the rounds
actually
they won,
hit
though.
B, it wasn't really working either. So that's part of the problem to me. You take a look at what they were doing in rounds 3, 4, 5. They weren't creating enough pressure. They're getting spammed through the smokes. Cryo's getting melted by the mollies as well. They had a crazy rotate in round 9 where they tried to go all the way back from A main to B with like 20 seconds left on the clock and just ran in everywhere. They're not breaking the killjoy utility. They were getting murdered out there, Bonita.
Yeah, they had a 3-1 default towards A, they had one towards B, and just nothing mid. They just didn't really focus on mid at all, which will result in like getting mowed down at times towards B. So.
Yeah, and that's rough too, right? Because you'd want to see those adjustments be made. But it's really hard as well to make those adjustments. You have guys like Digizin who are just taking angles willy-nilly, whatever they want to do here. It's been actually awesome. That was 40 seconds he was perched up on that box.
Yeah.
And 100 Thieves, nothing. You know what I mean? So, but you're seeing this matchup here. It seems like Digizin is definitely having a bit of a whale of a time out there.
Yeah, you can just tell by looking at him, his demeanor, his body language. He's very confident in his gameplay and his jet and the angles he's holding, even if it's multiple angles. So,
Yeah, the way that he sets up, he really does expose himself to getting punished, but he doesn't care. He's like, yeah, I'm just going to hit the flick shot anyway.
Yeah.
What of it? And the mad part is he's better on the attack side. The Furia normally get less than 5 rounds on their defense, and they're fine here.
Yeah.
They're fine.
Well, this is going to be a little problematic for 100 Thieves. They're going to have a game plan because, you know, Furia is going to be coming with that force to send it back over to the casters.
ominously foreboding from the desk, but I think, I mean, they're right in a lot of ways, and history tends to suggest that yes, it's been close at least at half for 100
Why
Thieves,
is
but
split
Furia
mid
are going
good
back
but
in
not
their sweet
PAL?
spot
It's a
here,
good
Paul.
question.
Yeah.
It's just more
I
the
mean,
fact that
the one thing I said before the
you
half,
can
the
kind
silver
of
lining
do
was
this
that
all
they
the
only
time.
won 2 attack rounds
Right, you
against
can
NRG,
just kind of
but
exit
NRG is a
over towards
different
the sides.
beast on this map. I mean, they've been playing it the entire season. But then you
Mid's
also
like
look back
mid's
to
like
some of the other
really
halves
really
from Furia,
important,
9-3
and
against
when you
some
kind of
IBR
push a lot of
on
the times
attack.
it's
Like,
not
they're
as easy to hold as this.
Definitely capable of having those dominant
Like,
halves
the
that
crossfire
100
isn't
should
as sick
have
as
had
this.
on that first.
But a lot of the times, like, you can't actually do anything without taking mid unless you have a double dive comp.
Furia looking to end A. You're starting to see some of the spam from GG's already picking up another one. 16 kills so far.
He just dry-faced in front of the wall. And Derek's going to get chased down, but he has actually help from Cryo.
Well
Double
held.
pistol
The flash
wins.
isn't going to hit him, though. GG still wreaking havoc.
2 players low on
Maybe.
both sides.
A lot of low HPs. Damn.
That's big from Bang.
Oh,
That's big from
there they
Derek,
go.
and that's big for 100 Thieves.
Double pistol
Remember,
winners.
they won the pistol in that
Maybe.
first half, and the scoreline still dire. So we'll have to see them not only have a flawless anti-eco, but continue with that economic boom that they got. There's the kill. Kills coming in from Bang. On the back side of that, again, 2 players really low, so those shots easy, but also clean with the aim. 2 headshots. And I do want to point out, Benita said that there was no mid control from 100 Thieves at all. And that's something they were doing, was throwing the old Viper orb inside of B-Link, and they were never using the high tide that Loud and so many other teams have been using. I wouldn't be surprised to see Furia instantly show them how it's done.
You're already seeing an early focus on prioritizing orbs towards Stellar. You just took the 1A main with Cryo close by. But you're right, mid presence for the first time all map. And they're rewarded for it.
I mean, this guy is nasty. 18 and 8 with a sheriff there, long range.
Gun here.
That's not easy to do.
They trampled their way down B and momentarily delayed by the Nano. Derek close by, the first to fall, re-peek onto the second.
Cascade gonna block his position now. Mazzini even hears Cryo right now.
Oh, Jesus.
That was pistols. That was straight up.
And they're taking it back towards A. They're gonna get a plant down, which is already a win for Furia in that category.
Just barely missing the timing. I mean, half a step and Stellar can spam. Potentially.
What?
Oh,
That's a classic.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen. That also shouldn't happen.
Hello?
How's he melting
Still
people with
Bulldog.
classic like this?
In the hands of Derek. Still a ghost in the hands of Cryo.
They hear where both of them are coming from right now.
Mate, is this...
This could be disastrous.
I mean, lucky for them,
Is this how they
neither
win?
player picked up a weapon here, but
He's still got a classic, I'm scared
is a
of it.
vandal.
Yeah, they've gotten this far without it. KCK, 43 HP.
They don't know where Digizin is.
They have no idea. That's a no! They're going down to the
Last
classic!
He
player
thinks he's
standing.
backside. He thinks he's backside.
He's just guessing.
Poor
Oh,
guy.
God.
And there's no time.
No
He
time
just
on
has
this
to delay
one.
now. He doesn't even have to take the fight.
Insane round from
The
QCK, though.
benefit is that it seems like 100 Thieves are going to keep a weapon, but my goodness, what a thrifty round
Oh
for Furia.
no, that just breaks the mental. 3 kills by QCK's classic.
And the funny, it wasn't like right clicks and jumping around the
No.
corner or anything like that.
He took
I mean,
bangs
yeah,
from
he
last
just
round and
straight up
added
just
it into
double
this
dinks
one.
all the time.
Acted like
Here
they
we
had
go.
no armor.
Enemy kill.
Oh my goodness, man.
That's so clean.
Oh, my God.
Nice.
I mean, it's only 8-6 right now, but I'm scratching my head thinking that's the dagger. If I lose that round there after that half, if I'm 100 Thieves,
Remember, this is the only rifle that they have in the hands of Cryo. He still gets one, but flashed up, not able to do much more. They're not even at a place
Still
where they can
3
really
people
pick it
here
up.
if they
It's
try and
just
force
Marshall in the
this.
hands of Derek.
100 Thieves fracture is not bad.
look how much space Furia still is gaining here. With that wall going up and as well with the control that Digizin throws out, that smoke on the back hall. They're happy to just sit there, collect the orb, reconsider their options, tell Khalil to see if he can find something. And by the way, Khalil has maintained control of Art and A main right now. Not fully A main or anything like that, but he knows that there's no flanks, so they have so much room to pivot
got
into
the
this.
spike.
And 100 Thieves is thinking, let's gamble here. I think especially with that Bulldog, they recognize what's going on right now, but they're still going to spend time trying to
this is
re-clear
pretty
B1
good.
with 40 seconds left.
Placing swamp grenade.
They get one recovery gun, one extra gun. Problem now is they're about 17 seconds away if the plant happens right now. The good news for 100 Thieves, they took a long time to plant.
Yeah, or it has been, and DG's just choosing to ignore it. He's close by. Phantom in hand, and he's got help too from MW. They do such a good job of setting him up for success, but oh dear.
Guys, that's
Oh
2
boy.
weapons there. Derek's gonna pick one up easily.
They got
have a
no
chance
smoke
here.
or anything to block vision, but
there
again,
is
the
no
plant
vision
isn't
blocker,
great
and
for
it's
this.
not even planted for Khalil, so they're really thinking he's going for a flank.
Placing sentry.
And it looks like it was just the Bulldog. Khalil sees them both!
Whoa, man, that's one way to do it. It was it's a nice low buy from 100 Thieves. Gonna feel like they should have won that one
I
though.
think 100 Thieves should have won. I don't think Furia should have gone for that secret play, and you could see why.
Is there a void for the koi? Yeah, so
So that's the
Inhibition,
difference
I
there.
didn't have enough
They
time
really
to
expected that
upload
there
it
was a
today,
maybe a push
so
from
after the
B-main
NA
going
games
back
I'll
to fight
upload
the
it.
main main or something like that. And they didn't really go check for that information, whether it's happening or not. Furia's still
Right,
winning that
here we go.
round. They're
Important
still
rounds.
able to get a buy. 100 Thieves might have
That's
put a
true.
little bit of a dent
Pansy
in the
wants to
economy.
watch
If
that
didn't
game, yeah.
happen, you know, you're seeing Furia have a bank for days. Now that doesn't exist. But it still was just an anti-eco here.
Important round for 100 Thieves. Low money after this one.
Just came online for Stellar.
The good news, I mean, this is an important round for everyone, but obviously 100 Thieves is
And you already
kind of
see
need
some
some rounds at the
on how
moment,
they play the rest
especially
of
as
the
they're
map.
on the harder side.
Presence B link. Things like
Okay,
that.
they're gonna show us how you
Really
hit B
wasn't
site
all in the previous
properly.
round. Either way, Furia want to commit B. Dashes through and dashes through.
Okay, no, they're not.
Close, but Bang is there to greet.
It's not too bad. They flood through. The overwhelm's good though.
Really
Whoa,
deep.
look at the harbor. It's off the map.
I don't think that's gonna find very much
He's
value at
gonna
all.
get stunned with the last pulse or no? It's gone.
Got one.
Much more effective is Stellar's. As QCK has a spike, he's sitting back side. He hasn't even been able to commit to the plan. Khalil is close.
Tap and maybe go for kills here.
Derek waiting. Oh,
What?
nice. Oh boy.
He's moving.
2v2. Spike's
30
still not
seconds
down.
left.
Spike's still back sight, and I don't know that there's much of an easy way out of this.
Here's High Tide back up. Are they gonna fight back?
Cryo with the op. The tap once again, a feint, a fake,
Very hard
a
to plant at the moment.
repositioning.
Wow, he got all the way to the safe plant right there.
You gonna push in for this one?
Khalil hasn't
Okay,
even-
not
he's got
believing.
an alarm bot, he's got a turret.
Still
No
a
mana's
safe
on
plant, so they know they have to
They're
fight on
fighting
site
behind
here.
this cascade right now. I wanted to see Stellar's cooldown. 20 seconds on High Tide.
Whoa, okay, nice decision from them. They move around, use the wall against them, peek to the side from it. I liked it a lot. I thought it was cool. Big round in terms of econ.
Yeah,
That's
they just
probably
used that cascade
the game.
that Stellar was using to actually hold time.
Yeah, the
until that High
harbor
Tide.
ult was
And they knew they could not fall down
again.
back
If you
too
run
long.
with the harbor ult, it goes a
Given
little
the
bit
situation
further
that was
and
in front of them,
faster.
That spike was planted safe.
Like if you run forwards with it, obviously if you run backwards as well, it pretty much stays in the same spot and kind of snail pace.
Fury are so good in these late round situations where it's scrappy, where they have
Yeah,
to
we can
make
talk about
weird
harbor ult. Let's
decisions,
do it.
where they
Okay,
have to make
harbor ult.
split-second
I'm gonna
decisions,
draw
like
it.
walking
If
behind
you're
the
running
cascade that
forwards,
Stellar just
it will
put
go
down.
faster and it will appear further in
And I
front.
think we need to
If you're
even
running
mention that
backwards,
at
it
the
will appear
beginning.
closer to you and it will go
There's a
like
reason for
really
why they're so
slow,
good in these
really,
man
really
down
slow.
situations. It's what
Also,
happens when you
if
have a
someone's
lot of
inside it,
assertive
it makes a
players
noise.
who
You'll hear the
can
gong
call, who
noise.
can
If
mid-round.
no one's inside it, you hear
Because
nothing
they
at all.
thrive in those positions.
That's
They're also
seen
the
it all
that's the
game.
harbor ult.
They're also gutsy
Standing
enough to
still,
make
it will go
those
like normal
decisions
speed.
too,
But
right?
it pretty much has,
Safe
well,
decisions, things like
it
that,
has
like they're
multiple
willing to
speeds because
gamble
obviously you can
and
like
keep
crouch,
teams
move
on the
backwards
back
and
foot,
stuff
as
like
we
that.
just
But
saw for 100 Thieves. So timeout called from them.
it's like an
4-round
Omen
lead for
Paranoia.
Furia.
Yeah, exactly like that.
As we get out of this timeout, we'll take a look at money, we'll take a look at ults and everything else to attempt.
So you think Harbor is a good agent now? No, I just think these maps are
I don't know
bad.
if there's much,
But
Doug.
I tell you what, I
No.
do like the
Got
Harbor
knives out of
with
cryo, they will go for a
Sky.
stinger or two.
That's the only reason I like it, because
Narrow
I
one
actually think
off
it
of
combos
both
very well with the
Bang's
Sky when you kind
Viper's
of
pit and Derek's
cut stuff
lockdown.
off and you flash it. I think it's really good.
But
I
on the
only
flip
really
side,
like
too,
it
you're starting to get tools up.
with Sky.
The same tools from Furia.
But Harbor's
Two
it's
pits
better
off,
than I
though,
thought because
but they have the
this
guns,
trio
so,
is better than I
against
thought.
This light buy. It's basically an anti-eco here.
But
for
I wouldn't say
Furia.
I like it.
We've had one thrifty round this map. but it was Furia who was dealing it. We'll see if 100 Thieves
Still
can
think it's
replicate that
relatively
success. And you can see the setup is already
poor on
intended
defense.
finding value for Cryo.
Pyro
something
TFT, thank you
nice.
so much.
Do you have to credit 100 Thieves
Thank
for
you
that?
for saying that as well. Thank you for
Thank
that. Thank you for the 2 months, mate. Appreciate you.
Will had the 1v2. But that was such a crazy round that I don't know if you're going to be able to replicate that. That was more mistakes from Furia than anything else.
They're loud about it. Derek should know. The spam
Whoa, what?
but the flash.
Oh, that's a cool that's cool pathing.
To the dugout. That is such a ridiculously cool dash that I have
Yeah,
not
that's a
seen
really
before.
cool pathing dash.
Let's see if we can
Someone
get a
else did
replay of that
this.
from his POV after the round, but for now, 100 Thieves still trying to fight to reestablish control
Who
of the
did
site.
this? And then they
Well,
overpeaked.
it's just not going well at all. Not one bit. A flawless round for Furia, and they've
Someone did
cracked
it.
the map open.
Digison is a monster in these last two series. 21 and 10 and showing things like
I
that.
say
sometimes.
overpeak and everyone
Enter
says
Eco,
Kalok stamp.
But I mean, such a beautiful
You're not wrong though.
little dash into dugout. See it from Derek's POV. How do you deal with that?
You just really can't.
He's full blind too, trying to fall out. You think he has so much space secret to fall back there? You don't actually.
Nope.
Okay,
And if you're not prepared
Potentially
for that,
their last
you
buy.
never know that. You think it's the regular execute. Don't worry about
as
it.
in last full buy.
A mid pit? That's a bold decision.
I mean, they've explored mid some, but either way, 100 Thieves seem concerned about that area of the map, so they invest the ult to control it.
You should run.
I think the thing is, when you put such a valuable tool, though,
This is a nightmare.
if you were going for mid control by Fury, you just say, okay, let's pivot into a B-long thing. And that's what's happening. Not necessarily because I think they just wanted B-long right off right, but look at Digison. He got into B-Link right now. He's going to backstab.
He's so far up, and there's the pit.
He's trapped, though. Oh, actually, he's not. Mazina's here to actually save that space.
And all of a sudden, the defenses of 100 Thieves can get pinched. Look at DG. He's going into their spawn. So you're going to have spawn you're going to need to deal with. You're going to have the link you're going to
Ooh,
need to
that's
deal
nice.
with.
It's planted for Digison,
I was
too.
going to give them info.
Even if they do control B-Long,
very
it's
hard
still a tough
retake, so-
situation.
It's got to be fast out of Furia, though, because if 100 Thieves start to win some of these fights
shot.
like they are, Austin has already got
Nice
a
shot.
third on the round for him. It may be a little bit too late. Now
Time's
Digison
pretty
shows up
low.
and He gets decapitated right off the bat. 1v3 for Mazine. The defuse through, and not a moment too
Honestly,
soon.
pretty impressive. Asuna did great. A lot of good
Well
shots from him.
handled. You think that that B-Long is actually going to be a lot harder to deal with. With 3 players still there, yeah, you're missing 2. But that's still a bulwark for Furia, and it gets ripped apart by the shaky
This is
ass
around they
aim.
win. Hey, it's a
And they
nice
cry
shot.
as well.
We got to give him that.
What
Oh,
a
Jesus.
What a shot.
The hell is that?
Cryo has not lost a beat since that last game against Loud, where I was so impressed with him. He's starting to be that Cryo that was promised at the
Oh, they got
beginning
the
of the
harbor
year.
ult.
He's going to have a chance to impress even more. That's DG, too. That's their entry
That's it.
tool.
It's a
And
very...
there's that movement
Wait, did
that
he
I'm
do
talking
this?
about. They're even dodging that final pulse, making it
Did
go
he do this
out,
or was
but
this a
actually might
spam?
have caused Derek to
Okay.
be
Oh,
stunned
this is a hill.
backside. Either way, not finding a kill with that, through that high tide, Fury opts to back off, and obviously Digison lost his life early. They don't have that dash through the high tide.
Well, this is I tell you what,
Now,
this
what
is a
the Fury
really
do
big
here?
round
It's
if
a
they can
45,
convert
man.
this.
Yeah, that's true. They do win these. They do win these a lot. A lot more than conventional wisdom would suggest.
Right now it's 4 wins and 4 losses in 45 situations.
I'd take those odds any day. A 50-50 when you're down a person?
Cryo. I have a not
day
necessarily a
of the
hot take. This is just my take on it all. I feel like Cryo has been playing well the whole time,
Pretty thin here. Mazine is
but I
still
feel like
playing
100
down
Thieves
long, but
rarely get him
everyone else
ops
is
apart
towards
from the
A.
last kind of
Austin's fast in
two
top
weeks.
right now, so they're gonna have to clear this with
And maybe there was
numbers,
one game where
actually.
they did pretty good because they won pistols.
30 seconds
Look at the
left.
double
Feels
flank
like a
going
team
on
that's
again. It
relying on
feels
pistols
reminiscent
because
of
they
that
have to
other
get them
round.
off.
But will Furia find success with
That's,
it,
that's
though?
pretty much where I'm at. Like I still think he
Khalil's
plays
ahead of it,
well,
but it
but he
looks
has
like
to have
Derek
an
is
op to
wise
have
to it.
crazy impact. He has okay rounds
He's
sometimes with
had a
rifles, but
suspicion, had an inkling.
that's
Mazine
massive
falls.
kill.
Khalil now choosing this moment to strike.
Derek's doing great at the moment and
And now with 10
considering
seconds left,
the
it looks like they
flanks.
are going to get this spike down unless it's delayed for just a moment. Khalil holding the line back.
Can he get out?
I mean, does he want to get out? No, yeah.
Oh god, that's a massive kill.
Tried, but not enough.
Big shout out to
Cryo
Derek
with
here.
3
He got
100
2
Thieves get another.
really important jewels. Obviously, Cryo did great with some of the trades here, but
Getting close here. It is definitely getting close. Love to see 100 Thieves holding on
Everyone, note
despite
down your
some really
observations.
devastating
Let's
losses
run it again.
early in this half. And despite
this was a
that
massive round
disgusting scoreline for Furia's defense.
because they break the econ and they got the harbor out of them, which is
We
honestly
haven't
really good
talked
for
much
taking
about
B
stakes
site.
right now, but you can, I think, tell for 100 Thieves that this is do or die. They've got to get a win to even really keep
You meant
this in
just
their
on this
hands.
map? I mean, he's been doing all right, a lot better now on defense, but it makes
Scripted,
sense.
We get a timeout to talk about the stakes even more because Bala, do you think about what's next for these teams? For Furia, yeah, they're okay, but you're right. For 100 Thieves, you kind of have to win this one and the next one, and the next one is against what many would consider to be a weaker opponent in MIBR, but you can't even really think about that yet.
Oh yeah, I mean, in order to clinch playoffs, and it's not even a clinch. It's an unofficial clinch depending on tie breaks and stuff like that, so it's not even still in their hands. They need to win too to get there though. For Furia, it's the opposite, right? They could lose both and still make the tie breaks. But a single win will unofficially clinch them. So a lot less pressure on them, I would say. And for 100 Thieves, I mean, they've gone through a streak of really tough opponents. Out of the last 3, you had Leviathan, you had Loud, and you had NRG.
Yeah, it's a bad time, man.
I mean, add Furia to that list, and you have to, if
Best
you're 100
Viper
Thieves,
player.
you have to get 1 out of 4 of those.
I kind of might have to say Nats for that one. Especially after his recent bind performance, it kind of all came flooding back.
Won the
The
last
stuff
2
that he
rounds,
can
they're
do.
hanging on here. They're keeping it close.
Maybe I'm
Got an
biased.
opportunity to take the map away. Lighter buy for Furia here, a stinger and then a pistol as well, and it looks like there's going to be a lot of aggression. Another kill.
And wow, I mean, hey, they just took Furia's A control
Yeah.
to the T, and Furia wanted to challenge. You could see both early kills immediately, and it is a lighter buyout from Furia. But Mazin recovers the Vandal.
Wait, how the? How?
It looks like they're going to want to
We
push
run them.
forward with the
Run them in
Trailblazer.
the breaks.
A flash towards A main. Now you start to see some of that utility from Stellar start to dump, but it's instantly disrespected. They just
Ooh,
crush
this
right
is
by it.
looking
DG falls,
relatively clean.
but Mazin does have art control.
Last player standing.
Yeah, it's a bit
They
spread
could
here.
really do with this cash injection as well.
Spread real
They like
thin.
might
We're
even be
just
able to
two
buy for the
left.
rest of the half, dependent on
They
it.
both fall.
Everyone stays
Full
alive. No
for
one
100
takes
Thieves.
any bullets at all. 3,000 for everyone. It's an insane round to win.
I'm amped. Let's go. I got
Tell
things to do.
emotions have shifted here in the arena, because we're within 2 now. 100 Thieves really have a chance at bringing this back in. I mean, Cryo has been snappy with his op. And I think that's a big key here for Fury going forward. How to start denying him, how to use the tools that they have, which only is MW, by the way. Obviously they have the vision blockers, but MW specifically to go out and find where Cryo is.
Stellar's Reckoning is about to come online again. Just picked up the Werb. I thought just for a moment that Furia would try to go pacey B, but
It felt like that, right? Wonder if they traded orbs. I wonder if they think, even still, they can bring this back in. I think they should have noticed that Stellar's ult got picked up here. Somebody on the team must have noticed that. And it's funny, Fury is really finally going for an A split. They haven't broken any utility now.
there was just a
Bro,
moment.
it can
the
be pretty
flash
good for this.
Just a little early from Asuna.
Ooh,
Now
defensive
Reckoning's
hard roll.
invested. A couple of bolts traded back and forth. You start to see some of that Killjoy utility in play, delay things for a moment, put a pause on the aggression.
Does stop a lot.
Can they clear Bang? He's got the fallback angle. He got the fast flank too. If he so
Bang just doesn't
desires.
want to overstep.
Spams through the wall, nothing landing quite yet.
He might have
Bang's
really
got the
good
Viper
timing.
Spear, You're gonna have to navigate the Bang.
Yeah, he does have really good
It's
timing.
gorgeous. MW falls. Stellar
Oh,
getting
and breaks the
another.
cove so that Stellar can
And the
spam.
attack side of Furia just continues to
Really good round.
crumble. What can DG do? What can Khalil do? Against this battering ram of 100 Thieves, this onslaught that's been left for them to try to navigate. Nothing but a whimper.
I mean, maybe.
Happy that this is definitely not falling off for Furia, or for 100 Thieves.
Oh, they're buying.
Starting off this week, we saw every single game is going to be a battle of North America versus South America. And right now, we seem to be going to distance here in map 1 on Pearl. And again, let me remind you, this is not a map that 100 Thieves have played. They've been permabanning it the entire time. Furia letting it slip, it feels like.
Okay, how's Cryo gonna do? Gonna be forcing their way way deeper onto would be here.
It might still not come in here, but I think they know where Cryo is. That's a lot of damage done.
Oh god.
Oh my goodness.
The crouch saves him there. Oh my goodness.
Dodged everything, and he still gets one. Tries
Ooh,
to get
nice
away,
trade
but
out.
DG's there to drop him.
Every time they've actually continued to
Tell
press
you what,
on this
though.
B-Long. Cryo's gotten the kill. But this
It's a
time he doesn't
very
get out.
big kill.
I mean, immediately putting Bang back in that position, that is a lot of misdirection, trying to use the old position of Cryo.
Oh.
Still has to be aware though, is Bang, because Mazina slipped right past the utility that was
I
intended
mean,
to
Bang
find him.
should be good for it, but
This is so hard
does
to
he
clear.
consider?
Bang cannot fall asleep here. He does not.
Where are Furia trying
Full
to go
info
right
over
now?
towards
The
here.
spike's
Keep an eye on the
up
spike
in
and
no
spawn.
man's land. There's a flank happening down B-Long, while there's Arc presence as well.
The concerning thing too is this is not the first round that feels that way for Furia.
Dog tanned on minimap they saw.
Where they
Oh,
seem,
nice.
I don't want to say directionless,
That's pretty cool.
but maybe a little unsure,
If
a
it's
little
true, yeah.
hesitant in where they want to go and how
You
they
might
wanna
not have seen him
execute
from that
around.
angle, but
Dash activated.
Doesn't help when
Bang was at least very ready
Kyle
for
was
it,
able to
no
get
matter
value,
what.
but again, it was traded right back.
The thing
They're gonna
is,
get the
they
plan.
kind of have to plant safe
Especially
because
with that
everywhere else can
clearance.
get spammed because the
They
harbor is
10
dead.
seconds left.
DG's already up top. Nope, they just want to play for this post plant.
Oh, this is
It's
on.
planted safe, so again, you have to play up here if you're Furia.
Sure, I mean, how this is the angle that we're talking about, right? Like, you don't expect DG in a spot like this. Another kill going in favor of him. I thought he was going to drop the hammer on him as well. 2v2.
Found
The
them.
spike
One enemy
continues
remaining.
to slowly but surely tick away Derek's left.
A
I
rough
took
round
gives
to
so much
win.
room for MW backside now.
In a clutch situation, 8 bullets left. Too many things to consider. Too many sides to watch. Vision denied. A 1v1. The snap is there. He sees the gun. But it's just MW playing a game of chicken, daring him to get off the spike. MW with 3.
Really nicely played.
Furia with 12.
Okay, 2 chances
I
to
was
close
thinking
this
to
one
myself
out.
when we were saying Furia looked directionless in that round. They're so good in those situations. So like, despite trying to find openings, despite feeling like it's disjointed, I mean, low-key feels like a hive mind in those situations, especially once they got on the site, once they recognized there was nobody from 100 Thieves defending it with Digizin's dash. Everything from there was then brilliant. Digizin staying up on that off angle, you were pointing it out, and now they've gotten themselves to match point.
Get out of my way.
But the economy's not great for them, so 100 Thieves. This is a
Bang.
big
Where did he
opportunity to bring
rotate?
it to overtime.
This was open, right? I'm pretty sure
Didn't
there could
spot
have been
anything,
someone
but
here.
Cascade blocks the vision.
So he
They're going
wanted
for
to
this.
fall
Finally
back.
the hit.
If Bang can get a kill, he can have pin on mine. But that's a big if when you're facing the Fury of Furia. As they barrel their way down into the site, they take all the space they
Oh,
want.
good plant coming in. This might be it.
And what feels like the first time they're going to get an actual belong
Ah,
plan.
man. Nightmare. Let's look over
Potentially
towards
put the
Masin.
map away.
He has double smokes. Double
DG
mollies,
playing with
and
blades
the
backside.
smoke
DG
is on the
gets the
spike
first
itself, so it should be done.
And those blades, yeah, you saw that shorty in his face. It's the Phantom that finds value on the Bang, and there that goes. 3v3 though. The round's still up for grabs. Cryo spammed, I thought, yep. 2 down by Pillar. And Khalil not far
Nice
off.
shot.
It's just Cryo now. With way too
Damn,
much to
nicely
do.
handled
Yeah,
from
he gets
Furia.
Khalil, but
Really
ultimately
impressive, seeing as they
drops.
lost both
Furia
pistols.
take
100
map
Thieves gave it a
1.
good try.
13-10. It looked
Yeah,
like
the
it
fact
could've
they
been
won
much more
and they
dominant.
didn't win double pistols,
But at the end of that game,
it's a strong sign.
feels like, I mean, that was another 4v5. Another 4v5 in that situation. They end at 6 and 7 on those situations. And 100 Thieves have got to start converting those because I think they're getting those kills early. Yeah. But when
More
Fury
power, get it
starts
out
to
the way.
fall,
Yeah.
100 Thieves start to fall.
crazy to think that one, maybe two of those go their way. We're having a different conversation. It's also, I mean, you imagine if you're 100 Thieves here, this one hurts. Cryo played exceptionally well. I mean, he went toe-to-toe with DG the entire time, and he was able to keep up in the numbers with them. So a map that feels like they certainly had a fighting chance in, not able to convert.
Such an amazing game, though, to start off. And I think now that we get out of that uncomfortable territory for 100 Thieves, you're talking about a real series down the line. You're talking Fracture next. And Furia have not gotten a win on that map yet.
0-2. Wow, the record for 100 Thieves isn't that great either. 1-3. We'll see
Out
how
of
Furia
pure
plays out
spite.
on the other side of this break. We'll be right back.